One of the top news shows this season is ABC's Flash Forward. Here's the premise. The entire world blacks out for 2 minutes and 17 seconds, and during the blackout, people can see 2 minutes and 17 seconds of their own future. The question is that future real, and can it be changed? It's all based on the writing of author Robert Sawyer. He's on the phone with us right now. Good morning.
Good morning, Evan. How are you?
I'm good. A Flash Forward author, and your book came out, about 10 years ago. Are you surprised to see how hot it is right now in a television adaptation?
Surprised, but very, very pleased. It's been an absolute delight to be involved with the adaptation. I'm thrilled with what they've been doing with it, and I hope people are going to tune in. It's, of course, 8 p.m. Thursday nights on ABC.
It is. I have seen every episode so far, yeah, I really dig the premise. I know there are some differences with the book, but I wonder, how long has this been in development? How long after your book came out in 1999 did a television network say, this is amazing stuff, we can turn this into a television drama?
Well, it was a decade ago that David S. Goyer, who ended up being the head writer of the TV series, directing the pilot, the guy who went on to write Batman Begins, acquired the book, read the book, and became very interested in it. It took about 7 or 8 years before we got really serious about moving ahead with the project, and it took a couple of years from the point where David had a pilot script that he'd co-authored with Brannon Braga, famous for his work on Star Trek and 24, to get ABC to really come to the table and say that we're going to make this our big fall show. So a decade in development, and it really came to a breakneck pace this past year.
Well, and here is the book. It is called Flash Forward, and obviously in a book, Robert, you can wrap things up. People are going to find out what caused the flash forward, all of those things. In a television series, they may want it to last for years, and you've got to change the game a little bit. So as a current viewer of the show, let me ask you, are we going to find out anytime soon in the show what caused the flash forward?
Oh, indeed. I think there were very strong hints in last week's episode, and you're going to find out absolutely the cause of the flash forward, what or who is responsible for it. And, of course, the thing we're doing with the TV series is we're running ahead to the date, April 29th, 2010 is the date they flash forward to. That's a Thursday night. And at 8 p.m. that Thursday night, you're going to find out whether or not people actually saw the real future or some alternate reality, or whether they can evade their fate. It's going to be very, very exciting.
Yeah, and I don't think I'm giving too much away. For anybody who's been watching the show, in the last episode, you saw a couple of the characters talking about an experiment that went wrong, which is also the premise in the book. But if we've read the book, do we know everything, or are there going to be big changes?
No, we're deliberately making sure that the book and the TV show have lives of their own. So I encourage people, of course, as the author, to go out and read the book, but also watch the TV show. I think we've got the big difference is we have more time in the book for discussions of some of the real philosophical and emotional ramifications of knowing the future. The TV series is a little more of an action-adventure orientation to it, moves at a breakneck pace. It's got Joe Fiennes, Shakespeare himself, toting a gun and shooting up a lot of people. They're different beasts, but I think they complement each other. One doesn't supersede the other. And if people want to pick your brain and talk to you about it, they got a chance. The Radisson this weekend, you're coming here? 175 Jefferson Avenue, the Radisson, for Astronomicon. It's been going now for 19 years, Rochester's science fiction convention. Great author Mike Resnick is guest of honor. Nancy Kress, the great Rochester writer, will be there. I'll be there. Writers, artists, everybody talking about all things science fictional, books, TV, games, you name it. We're going to do that at the Radisson starting this evening, going right through to Sunday night.
And I got about 30 seconds, Robert. If you saw your future in a flash forward, would you use that evidence to try to change it?
I would, absolutely, of course. If you knew that you were going to make any mistakes in your future, you'd try and make them better. And if you knew that you would, things were going to come out well for you, you'd try and make sure that that actually did come to pass. The best thing that's going to happen to me is going to be at Astronomicon this weekend.
Well, Robert Sawyer, Flash Forward author, you can get the book, and it seems like a great read, different than the show, so I'm sure a lot of people will enjoy reading that. Great to spend a few minutes with you. It's a very creative idea. We love creativity in television. That's a good thing. Thanks for your time.
My pleasure, Evan. Thank you.
All right, Robert Sawyer. See him this weekend. More information on our website, 13wham.com.